What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Brogcast. As you can see, there's a little bit of a studio change up. I now have a boom mic. I was rocking one of these for the longest time. This is one of those cheap microphone stands from Amazon, and I wanted one of these for quite a while because after I got that cheap microphone stand, I noticed that it was kind of uncomfortable and prevented my vocal cords from extending and flowing correctly because I would have to bend over like this each time I would want to speak into the microphone, and so it was kind of restricting my vocal cords sitting like that, and it just didn't feel comfortable. So I got one of these, and now I can just sit here and talk and not have to worry about bending over or anything like that. So next thing I want to talk about, I really don't want to talk about this, but I feel like I kind of have to. It's very personal, and that's why I don't really want to talk about it. Because I'm pretty much a private person, and so I try to stay away from personal topics like this on this channel or in general on the internet. So, so I'm just gonna keep this short and sweet, and try not to be too specific about it. But the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because there's somebody who watches this channel who's a huge fan of mine, who used to work with me, and he hasn't seen me since this whole fiasco. So I want to just briefly explain what happened and why, so that this big fan who watches this channel will get some closure and get an idea of what the hell happened to me. So this was about a month back. I was at work doing my thing. It was a normal day. And then my manager calls me into her office. I sit down and I go, "Hey, what's up?" And she went on this 5 minute tirade about how basically I'm a piece of shit person and I don't care about people. And I was like, "What?" Like, and she goes, "Yeah, we're gonna reach out to HR to terminate you, or you can quit." And the whole time she was going on that whole tirade, I was thinking to myself, why couldn't she just tell me I'm let go? Why did she have to sit there and tear into me? And so after that was over, I got up, left the office, and I was fuming. I was shaking. I felt like I was going to explode. And what I did was I walked right over to the time clock, clocked out, and left, and never came back. Well, I came back to pick up my last check, but after that, I just ghosted them because I was like, if that's how they're going to treat me, fuck them. They're not worth my time anymore. That wasn't okay what they did. And so, yep, I left. So that big fan who watches this channel, you now have some closure. That's what happened to me. I said fuck them and I left. So anyway, so the holidays. We're in the middle of the holidays right now. I celebrate Christmas and things like that. So I just got done with Christmas and Christmas Eve. I hope you guys had a good Christmas and Christmas Eve. If that's what you celebrate. Um, so for Christmas Day, or sorry, I should start with Christmas Eve. Sorry, talking about that personal thing just a second ago kind of threw me off track. It's a very sensitive subject, and it still bothers me. Anyway, so Christmas Eve, me and my family, we rent out this hall for Christmas because we have the biggest family, and we can't just have a get together at someone's house like we used to. Um, you know, 10, 15 years ago, we used to be able to do that no problem. But our family just continues to grow and grow and grow. So we needed to do something about that. A few years back, we were renting out a library, like a room in this library, where we could do our get together, but that hasn't worked out in recent years. So now we rent out this hall, and it's awesome. It's perfect for everybody. So we did that, and then we had for Christmas Day, we went to my sister's house with my more immediate family, and we had some really good food. My mom made porcupine meatballs, lasagna. My niece made homemade mac and cheese, and then my brother-in-law, who makes this every year, his famous brisket. It was delicious. Now, you probably heard porcupine meatballs and were like, "Jonathan, what the hell is that?" Well, It's a recipe that's been passed down the generations on my mom's side. Um, it's ground turkey and sausage meatballs covered in cream of mushroom soup and rice. Now, you're probably wondering, or you're probably thinking, that sounds disgusting, but it is delicious. It is one of the. I don't really like mushrooms. I stay away from mushrooms most of the time. I'm just not a big mushroom fan. But pork pie meatballs with that mushroom soup and the what really brings it out, I think, is I don't know if it's Italian sausage that she puts in there. I think it's Italian sausage. The sausage that she puts in it really brings it out. I will say, without the sausage, it's definitely a little bit different. But oh man, it's delish. It was funny seeing my mom cook dinner at like 7 a.m. because we had to be at my sister's at like 11:30 or noon, and yeah, she was cooking it all up at like 7 a.m. and it was just really funny to watch. But anyway, it was a really good gathering. We had a lot of fun. Watched football. We also played this game. Oh, what's it called? Hold on. Let me look this up real quick. We played this game as a family. Um, ba 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 ba. Oh, uh, big potato chicken versus hot dog. So essentially, you have two teams, and then for each team you have this figurine thing. One looks like a hot dog, one looks like a blue chicken, and it has a suction cup on the bottom of it. Essentially, there are different challenges on how you do it, but essentially the object of the game is to flip the chicken or the hot dog so that it lands right side up. It was mayhem. So we split into two teams, and we played this game, and it was so much fun, and but it was so chaotic. But our team won, so yeah, go team. What were we? I think we were team hot dog. So go team hot dog. We killed it. So yeah, we did that. We did the presents and stuff. Um, yeah, it was excellent. It was good getting to see my dog nephews. I look forward to that every year. My sister has a Chiweenie, and we're trying to figure out. We can't figure out what type of breed this other dog is. His name is Rambo. We don't know, but he looks like a whippet mixed with like a Jack Russell. I don't know. He's a mixture of a bunch of different breeds. But yeah, Runkle is the Chiweenie, and then Rambo is the. I'm just gonna call him a whippet mix because he looks more like a whippet compared to everything else. So that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys have a great. I hope you guys had a great Christmas and Christmas Eve, and I hope you guys have a good New Year. Another thing that I'm looking forward to is the New Year because Rob Gronkowski is going to be hosting the. He's not going to be hosting. He's going to be on the New Year's Rockin' Eve. Um, and whenever Gronk is at those shows, he just goes fucking bananas. There was one year where he was doing it with Steve Harvey, and there was this Lego sculpture. Gronk picks it up and he just smashes it all over the place. And Steve Harvey was like, "What's wrong with you?" I think Steve Harvey was genuinely mad at that, and that was so funny. So like I'm hoping that Gronk does some more wild shit this year. I'm a huge Gronk fan. I'm a Patriots fan, so I've just I just love Gronk. He's so funny. He's such a funny dude, and I'm hoping he does some more wild shit like that this year. Okay, so I'm gonna do some brand plugging. I've done that in the past. I know I have with like Mudwater and Mando, but I'm doing this not because I want to make money from these companies or anything. Like, because I'm not being paid by them. I do this because these are not very well known companies, and I feel like the vast majority of people don't know about the amazing products these companies make. So the first brand I want to talk about is Into the AM. So I'm completely decked out in Into the AM stuff right now. I've got their basic tee, and I've got their snapback hat here. Super well made clothing. Like everything that I've bought from them is just like super well made and very reasonably priced too. Another thing is their shirts are super comfortable and they fit me perfectly. Like I've got kind of a weird build. I'm a short and stocky guy. So it's really hard to find shirts like from a store or from online that fit me perfectly because I've got a weird build. Well, every shirt that I've bought from them and even their pants, like they fit me amazingly. So I've got their basic tee on here. I've got two of those hanging up in my closet right now. So I've got the snapback hat, and then so they also have these really cool graphic tees. This this is one of my favorites. There's this one, pretty dope, and then there's this one. This was actually the first shirt I ever bought from Into the AM. I got an ad for it. It was either on Facebook or Instagram, and I was like, I got to get this, and it just started from there. And there's also this flannel. Um, this flannel, I have another flannel, not from them, but I have another flannel that's up in the closet, and it does not compare to this thing. This thing is so durable, so well made, so comfortable. I love Into the AM stuff, and I highly recommend their brand. They just make amazing stuff. So yeah, Into the AM, great company. They make great clothing. The next brand I want to plug that is more well known than Into the AM, but still, I feel like not enough people know about them. Zevia. They make zero, right in the fucking way of the microphone. Zevia. They make 0 calorie soda, which as a big dude, I gotta watch my calories, right? Um, 0 calorie soda, and it's sweetened with stevia. Um, most 0 calorie soda out there is sweetened with aspartame, sucralose, or something like that, and that's really aspartame and sucralose are really bad for your body, really bad for your gut microbiome, and also bad for your brain too. Bad for your body overall. It actually makes sugar cravings worse, and it's just aspartame and sucralose just aren't good for you. Well, these are sweetened with stevia, and now I will say it's not as sweet as a regular diet soda, so that's probably the only drawback from this. But they're delicious. It's more subtle. It's more of a subtle taste. This is the Dr. Zevia, so it tastes kind of like Dr. Pepper. It actually tastes just like Dr. Pepper, just not as sweet. But I think for what it is, they're excellent. I drink a good 24 pack of these like every month, so I love them. I dig them. So anybody who wants to watch their weight or just wants to get away from aspartame or sucralose in general, I go with Zevia. Highly recommend them. So next, I want to talk about our band's Halloween gig that we had in October. So our band, Mimpathy, formerly known as Waxwing, we're now known as Mimpathy, we had a gig at our local lodge, which, side note, we're not going to be playing there anymore. Some crazy shit went down with the internals of that lodge, and so we can't play there anymore. I'm just going to leave it at that. We're not going to go into detail. We can't play there anymore. But we played there for Halloween, and it was so much fun. We all dressed up as Kurt Cobain. It kind of started off as a stupid idea. We were doing band practice, and we were trying to figure out, because we were getting ready for this Halloween gig. And we're like, should we dress up? And if so, what are we going to dress up as? And so I said, how about we all dress up as Kurt Cobain? And it was a complete joke, but everyone was on board, so we did it. We had the blonde wigs going on, we had the shades, we had the flannel, the torn jeans, everything down to the shoes. Like, we nailed that costume, and we had a lot of fun playing there, which is kind of a bummer, because, like I said, we're not going to be playing there anymore. But it was a lot of fun while it lasted, and that was the first gig that I was able to test out that Zoom AM7 that I showed you guys a few months back. It was perfect. Now, I wish we would have done a more lengthy sound check, but we couldn't because I had to race to the gig right after work, and it was right when I got there when we had to start doing the gig, so we were kind of in a time crunch and had to get playing because we didn't have enough time to do sound check. So in that video, it does sound like the vocals aren't getting picked up. They are. It's just that we didn't turn the vocals up high enough. So hopefully the next time we play, I'm gonna make sure that I get there with plenty of time so that we can do the sound check and get everything balanced. But that microphone does an excellent job. I wish I would have placed the phone further away from the crowd, because during that gig, I had the phone put like right next to like one of the tables. And so you can hear the music fine, but you can definitely hear a lot of chatter in the background. But lesson learned, denial and error. Next time we'll just move that phone closer to us. And I want to dive in a little bit more into our new name. So, like I said, our new band name is Mimpathy. We used to be known as Waxwing. We changed it over to Mimpathy because there are a lot of bands with a very similar name to Waxwing. So there's a band called The Waxwing, then there's a band called Waxwings, and so we were like, okay, we probably should pick another name because we want to stand out. So our singer came up with the name Mimpathy. The definition of Mimpathy is empathy without sympathy. That's the definition of it. We didn't pick the name because of the definition of it. That has nothing to do with it. The reason why we picked the name was because it was unique, and we knew that there were no bands with that name. And it's crazy. I didn't realize how unique this name actually was. So I went to go change our channel, our YouTube channel name. So the first thing I did was I changed our YouTube handle to Mimpathy, and I was like, it's probably gonna have to be Mimpathy underscore or Mimpathy X or Mimpathy 1, because I'm like, there's got to be a channel out there with this name. Nope, there was no channel that was not taken. That handle was not taken. I was so blown away. And then I changed our URL to youtube.com/Mimpathy, and that wasn't taken either. So that's how unique of a word Mimpathy is. It's so wild. So yep, we are now named Mimpathy. We'll be having some more originals coming out for you guys. Some more gigs coming up hopefully soon. So yeah. All right, guys, that does it for this episode of the Brogcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. Y'all have a good one. Peace.